Hi, welcome to Irish Angling Adventures. Back again. Haven't done a video in a long time, but I have actually done a bit of fishing, but just no video. I said I'd actually have to start getting out again. It's been too long since I've actually done a video, and no better day to do it when it's flat calm. I'm down in Brandon Bay at the moment, and the target for now is going to be turbot. I'm going to change then later on to bass and painteds, and might even try get a few rail later on. But for now, I'm on a mark here at the moment. It's got a big sandbank on it. I'm going to try target turbot, maybe flounder, but the main target's going to be turbot. My plan is to wade out. I'm not bringing a rest or anything. I don't think I need it. I'm just going to fish one rod and just let it drift. I'm going to fish one or two hook flapper, and it's going to be sandeel and mackerel belly strips is going to be the aim of the game, I think. Because the tide is moving and I'm not worried about crabs and all that, I can have one or two casts with the same bait. I'm not really worried. Turbot are much more of a sight orientated feeder than smell, so I don't mind just letting the bait run a few times. But anyway, I'm going to walk out here. I'm going to fish 1 2 hook flappers, use light leads, 2 3 ounce or 3 or 4 ounces, something like that. I'll see what way the tide is at the moment or when I get out, and we're just going to see how we get on. I'm going to spend the day fishing. If I catch nothing, you're still going to see it, still coming along. And yeah, let's just see how we get on here. So, I've managed to actually forget my tripod and my GoPro. So, everything I'm going to be videoing today is going to be on the phone. On my hip, I've just thrown a ratchet strap around it. I've just had my bait in that, a few leads. In my pocket in front, I've just got scissors, a disgorger, and some elastic thread. So we're just going to wade out here now. Going to go maybe knee deep and just going to see what happens. As I said, current's running right to left here. Going to see what happens here. I'm using currently, it's an old rod that I haven't used in a long time, and I actually started falling in love with it again recently. It's an Imax Quiver. Or Imax Match Quiver or something. It's rated for 3 to 5 ounce, but it's a really light rod. It's rung fixed spool and multi. I don't even think they make them anymore. They weren't really popular when they came out, but I bought them once and I'm kind of starting to fall in love with them. So we're just wading out here now. I'm going to stick on a sandeel and see where we go. So we're just fishing now. I've just got the one rod out, obviously, because I'm sitting here holding it, where, as you can see, we're a little bit in the water. We're not too far out, probably knee deep. We're just going to see what happens, really. I'm only using a single sandeel, so I've chucked it out maybe, I suppose it's 50 yards out, 60 yards out. It's just beyond where the waves are just starting to build. My hope there is that it's just going to slowly trundle along. It's using a 3 ounce lead. It should just tip away, really. But lovely day to be out, as you can probably see. A few clouds in the sky, which actually might be a good thing. It is cold though, hands are freezing. Later on I might jump up to the car and actually grab some gloves, but for now we'll see how this goes. We'll stay holding the rod and yeah, let's see how this happens. So I've been here now about an hour. I've slowly walked up the beach, like one step at a time, and it seems to be getting nothing at all. Still on the same sandeel. I suppose it helps that there's no crabs around, but look, I'm giving it my best go. I'm probably going to get fairly sick of this soon. My hands are absolutely freezing. Wind is a little bit more than what was predicted, so not much I can do. But what I'm probably going to do is get tired of this soon, go up have a cup of tea, and I'm going to move further up the beach. The tide should be turning any minute now. So I'll move up to another spot where it's going to fill in, and hopefully I'll start using a bit of lug and we might get a few bass. So we'll see what happens there. But as for now, I've kind of come to the conclusion that this may be a bit of more of a summer technique, because my hands are fairly cold. Or even if I just brought my fingerless gloves that I use for pike fishing, that would have been a better option. But other than that, weather it's not too bad. There's a few showers coming in the distance, but it shouldn't get to me. And then over this side, looks perfect.
So maybe if this wind is going to stay up, the surf might just pick up a little bit. There might be a few more tables, and further west, it might fishing might improve. So for now, I'm going to finish up with this section here now, or finish up with this session, and get a bit more into series. Put out 2 rods, different distances, try for ray and bass, and go from there really. So I'll see you down there in a minute. So I'm just driving along the beach here now. I've gotten back into the car. You can't even see me. I've gotten back into the car, so I'm literally just driving along the beach, just trying to see if there's anything I can kind of fish. Trying to see any gullies, see where waves are breaking, just to give myself an idea of what the ground looks like. So I'm just going to potter along here now for a bit and just see what's happening. One thing I am noticing as I drive up is there is a lot of kelp and stuff on the ground. So it looks like up this side is much weedier than where I was. Yeah, even on the beach here now it gets quite weedy. I don't think zooming in is going to do much justice. But you can see all there, it's all just covered in weed. So I might avoid this end because the way the current goes, this could shift either way up here. I believe when the tide comes in, it'll push the opposite way to where I want to be. So I've got the 2 rods out here now. Left rod's fishing for ray, right rod's fishing for bass and flats. Both rods I have 1 hook flappers on at the moment. I'm just keeping, I'm trying not to use all my bait before it gets dark. So I'm just going to preserve bait. Fish 1 hook rod or 1 hook rigs at the moment. I also have some crab which I might throw on, and I've noticed as well walking around, there's a lot of I actually won't know it's not. There's a lot of starfish actually in the water. So if I come across one of them, going to probably stick on a leg of one of them, because they're still wiggling around even if the leg is detached. So maybe the fish are tuned in on them. I'm surprised. Usually I wouldn't see as many, or usually I wouldn't see starfish floating around here, especially like I found a few on the beach as well, still moving around. So unless the birds are tagging in, because there's a lot of birds on the edge just eating away, so they can be just eating some worms and stuff, or some clams or something. But I'm going to fish away here, see how I get on, and if I get a fish, hopefully you'll see it. So I said I'd just quickly go over the rig I'm using. It's very basic. It's literally 2 feet of 60-pound mono. That goes down then to, it's just currently on a 3 ounce watch lead. Then off of that is about 16 inches of 12-pound fluoro, and that goes down to I think that's a 1.0 Cox and Roll uptide hook. So just slightly offset, nothing crazy. Camera won't focus, sorry about that. As I said, I'm just working off the phone today because I forgot my own camera. That's basically the rig. It's very basic. The whole plan of it is it's going to sit in the surf and just move around. The slightly longer hook length is just going to allow the tide to actually take it around a small bit. Also, I was just chatting to a IFI officer there. Just chatting to him. Very nice to meet you if you are watching this, Craig. Just give me a bit of insight on what's going on the beaches lately, what the place is fishing like, and I appreciate the advice you're after giving me. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to keep fishing on and see what happens. So I actually pulled the camera out just to show you. Oh, here they are. So these are the starfish I'm seeing. So pull them up. So it's all spiny stars, I think is what they're called. Let's see them there. So there's loads of these in the water at the moment. I'm kind of half tempted to throw one on. So she's stuck to me. Oh, he's gone. But there's lots of them floating around in the water at the moment, and I'm thinking maybe it might be worth a shot. Just throwing one on, because like I have had fish before that have had them in them. Like I just spotted some legs here, another spiny star there. Like something has to be feeding on them. I don't think they're absolutely useless to fish. So for my next cast, I'll just walk the beach again and see if I can find any. I've thrown on now, left rod now is sandeel, right rod is still lug. I've had absolutely no touch. I tried crab there for a while, didn't do a tap, but I do have another angler down to my right here now. So maybe he might get a fish. Hopefully he gets one, because that'll give me a bit of hope. But geez, it's very slow. It is very slack. I wish there was a bit more surf. I thought it was to pick up as the evening went on, but it doesn't seem to have happened. So I'll just keep fishing away. Although it seems like I have a bit of slack on my right, but I casted my right rod into just the tables, just like literally there. So it is very close in. Left rod I've just put it out just beyond where the waves are breaking, just to see if there's a ray there, because I've tried in close. I've been trying very close for most of the fish, so still the bass, I'm still going to keep it in fairly close. The ray though, I'm just going to put it out just a little bit further, and yeah, let's see what happens. So I'm going to finish up here now. Literally on last cast, I'm just packing a few things away, and I'm going to go grab a bit of food and move to another spot. I'm not having massive amount of confidence here. The water is clear. It's not crystal clear, but it's clear enough. But I find this beach you need a bit more surf, and I did think there was a bit more surf predicted. So I'm going to go to another beach, fish it over high water with a full stomach, and hopefully I get some. Again, it'll be the same sort of stuff: bass, ray, flats. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So down in a new spot here now. Had my bite to eat, and I'm just trying here now for a ray or bass. So 3 rods out at the moment. One's for bass and the other 2 are for ray. I've 1 mackerel, 1 double sandeel. So I'm going to fish these away for a while and see how they get on. But I'm hoping as the tide comes in we'll end up getting a few ray, and then as it starts, so darkness is about 6:45 tonight. So my hope is just as the tide drops off about the hour after high, I'm going to drop back to one of the surf beaches and try for a bass into darkness. So it's a lot of moving around, a lot of trying spots, but there doesn't seem to be fish. So just cast it out. So we'll see if we get any fish here. So I'm still trying to get a fish here. Absolute struggle. Don't seem to be getting anything at all. Bites are non-existent. Bait has come back as good as I cast it out. So I don't know what to do actually. I've given it nearly 2 hours here now, and every bait has come back absolutely perfect. I've tried in close for bass, tried out distance for bass, and the exact same with ray. What else can I say? I've tried crab, lug, sandeel, mackerel. There just doesn't seem to be anything taking anything at all. But I don't know. But look, it highlights how tough it can be to get a fish some days. But my plan now is I'm going to give it another about half an hour here. And because the sun is just starting to go down, you can see the sunset and starting just there. I'm actually going to head back to the surf beaches in a minute. Well, in half an hour. I'm going to go back to surf beaches. I'm going to target some ray and bass again into darkness. Give it a few hours there just to see how it gets on. But I'm starting to lose faith at the moment. Hopefully darkness brings a few more fish, because it can't be any worse than what it is at the moment. So I've gotten sick of this now. I'm getting absolutely nothing. So I'm actually going to just start packing up. I'm going to move to the other spot. There seems to be absolutely nothing happening here. So maybe as darkness falls on the other beaches, I was saying, it might end up throwing up a few more fish. But this is wasting time, wasting bait here. So I'm going to pack up here into the Jeep, off to the beach, have a look at 1 or 2 of the marks, because there was weed the first time we were there. Have a look again if the weed's moved. Probably hasn't. And if it has, it's probably gone the way I want it to go when I'm not going. So we'll give it a go and see how that happens. So I'll see you over on the other beach in a second. If I give it 2 or 3 hours here, I'll be happy enough. Tide is just on the turn. It's flat calm still, looks crystal clear.
Mr. Crows are already going to start annoying me, but looks of things, they've been wandering up to me already. So we're going to give it 2 hours, see how we get on. It's just getting dark, so the only way I can get a fish is get baited up, so might as well start now. Boat rods are set now. I have lug on boat. Just first cast, I just said faster. Just did, yeah, so one's left hand rod's trick flapper size 2s, I think they are, maybe the 4s. And right hand rod is trick flapper size 1/0s, but that will be swapped over to double sandeel in a minute. It's just being used for first casters with lug. So yeah, as you can see, it's fairly flat, there's so very little surf. So I think it might still be a bit ambitious to try and get a bass, but look, we'll give it an hour or two here anyway. If nothing happens, we'll finish up and head home. So trying to use my hand as a bit of a reflector to try bounce some light back, but as you can probably tell at this stage, there's not a lot happening. So giving it an hour or two now, and there's still no fish happening. I can actually see down further from where I am, maybe about 5k down the beach, there's what I think are 2 other guys fishing. So hopefully they get something, but I don't think I'm going to. I've got a 2 flapper out with 2 full-size sandeel on it, and I've got a 3 flapper with 3 lug on it, and it's just, everything's come back untouched. I actually walked further up the beach here just to have a look around, and the water's just, it's not clear, but it's not dirty either, and there's just no fish floating around in it. Usually you'd see like the eyes of a painted or something, but I'm just not seeing anything. But I'm going to give it another hour. If I don't get anything in an hour, I'm packing up and going home to bed. Well, it isn't a joke. I am delighted to see that flatty. That's my first fish all day. So it's been like, I'm up on 9 hours now. That's my first fish. Didn't even know he was on. So I get him unhooked and cast him out. And I cast him out, recast again, I mean. Okay, I've never been so happy to get this small little flounder. We'll just walk him out a bit because the tide is dropping fairly rapidly. So I'm just going to walk him out. He'll be fine here, plenty deep. Drop him in and away he goes. Well, delighted to have gotten a fish at least. Usually I wouldn't be happy with a flatty that size, but beggars can't be choosers in this situation. So I'm going to give it one more cast there now. If I don't get a fish, I'm going to pack up. I'm currently tidying up the back of the Jeep at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. So you'll see in a minute if we get any more fish. Well, that was an absolute mission of a session. Finish up there now. Fairly sick of it. Been fishing since about 11 o'clock this morning, and it's now just coming up to 9:15. So I've given it a fair shot, and unfortunately it hasn't worked. But I suppose time of the year, the winds are the wrong direction. I'm going to come up with every other excuse under the sun, but just not exactly, just made myself tea, sorry, not exactly what I would consider perfect conditions. I didn't blank at least. I blanked on 3 marks, but not in the 4th. So I'm going to count that as a win. Small flatty, unfortunately, was all I got. I tried hard, tried crab, tried sandeel, tried lug, tried mackerel at the other mark, and just never worked out. But look, that's how fishing goes. Can't do much about it. I'll be out again, and that's for sure. And this time I'm not going to forget my camera or my tripod. And hopefully the fish will be around this time. So I'm going to call the session there now anyway. But if you enjoyed this absolute miserable session, please like, please subscribe, and thanks very much for watching.